We starting with some music. I ain't gonna lie, I'm dropping the EP soon. I ain't got no dates for
What
you.
you dropping?
I'm dropping the EP soon.
Oh, what?
I'm dropping the EP. You heard me?
Some projects.
Project, man. we ain't dropped the project in a minute, but we dropping something soon, and this is gonna be a little different. But here it is. This one's called "If You Let Me." Shout out to Demetrius. Shout out to Iron Fresh Music. We out here.
Is that what you were saying?
I see you looking at me, asking us how could it be.
Shout out to Swag with the sample.
It's so important to see, we about to make history.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing else but the B, dropping the fruits like the tree. One like I'm through with the three, chill out, don't tell nobody. I can make it fine, clear your mind if you let me. I would do the time, the whole nine if you let me. Sign a dotted line, you be mine if you let me. Love you out the blind, open eyes if you let me.
Same.
I love you letting me. I love you letting me.
Yeah.
I love you letting me. I can love you once you let me. Know you wanna be what you see. Ooh. Giving all your time up for free. Ooh. Know you wanna be over me. I love you out of town, I won't leave. I can make it fine.
That's it, boy. I gotta add that in there. What it is? I love you. If you let me. Yo. Let me. Yeah.
Like a drone, up like I'm dropping the song, I do it all on my own, but I'm not working alone, I put it down on my phone, but better when written in stone, I'm reinventing the tone.
What?
I can make you fine, clear your mind if you let me. I would do the time, the whole nine if you let me. Sign a dotted line, you be mine if you let me. Love you out the blind, open eyes if you let me.
I love you, let me. I love you, let me. I love you, let me.
I can love you once you let me.
Yeah. So that's If You Let Me. Dropping soon. We out here. We write music. We doing something. I'm so happy, bro. I'm so happy we dropping new music, bro.
I know.
It's been so long coming.
Right.
But we about to do it. So this is Red and 30, guys. I want to play a little clip I put out. And I'll just play it, and then we'll jump in. Let me pull it up real quick, because I'm make sure I want to play this kind of intro, what we got going on, and then you can kind of see where we're going tonight with this pod. Let's see. If it's true that Jesus is the author, I like that word author, and finisher of our faith, then it sounds like our faith is a story, it's a journey. If this is true, if God is the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, if it is true what Jesus said when he said, it is finished. It's true. If it's true that before we was formed in the womb, God knew us, he ordained us, he sanctified us. If it's true that God says he knew the plans that he had for us, plans of peace and not of evil, to give us an expected end, right? If all of this is true, right? If this is true and it's already finished and it's already done, then what it feels like to me is, or it seems, that we are doing too much improving. We're improving, trying to improve our lives instead of following the script, even studying the script enough to know exactly the part and the lines that we're supposed to play. If it's done, it's done. Yo, and then I'll put it on the screen. I put the definition of what improv is, and I can read it. It says improv is a form of unscripted performance. Instead of relying on a pre-written dialogue or even the sets and props of traditional theater, improvisers, right, create scenes based on loose scenarios. Everything from what the performer says to the faces they make to how they move their bodies is entirely made up on the spot. You get it? And I didn't even realize this. The word improving and the word improving are spelled the same way.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize it until you do little captions. I was doing a little caption on the clip, and it was like improv. I said improving, but it said improving. And I looked, I said, oh, it's the same word. And I didn't even put it together while I was doing it. but we improv to improve, right? And you never improve with just improv, not improv. We're talking about acting. We did a pod called Master the Lines, and the premise of this whole thing is, there's when I on this video, and I'll put the video on here. I was asking like as a question, like if this is true, if this is true. And this, some of y'all may be new to this, and you may have never heard all those things. Each of those things came out of a different scripture, right? And you may have never heard some of these things, but I say if this is true, if this is true, if this is true. Now I'm only saying if because I'm sparking the conversation of thought in the mind. But it is true. It is true that God has a plan already. It is true that it is finished. It is true He's the Alpha and Omega. It is true the author and finish. All of this is true.
Yep.
So if this is true, and it's already set up, then like I said on the video, it seems that we're diverting, we're deviating from the script.
Right.
One of my favorite scriptures, and y'all can do it, so y'all can look at it, just so y'all can see what it is John chapter 5, verse 39. And it's Jesus talking, he says, search the scriptures. For in them you think you have eternal life, and there they was testify of me, but you won't come to me. And what I love about that is, it's almost like he's saying, look, I need you to study and search the script.
Yep.
All right, search the script. And the power we did the other time, EJ, about we playing the wrong role, bro, is phenomenal compared to what we're talking about tonight, because once again, we keep picking all the other characters in the Bible and not the character. He said, do it in my name. Your name means a character. That means assume my character. Take my role. He's even saying it on John 5:39.
Right.
Because in verse 40 says, but you won't come to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but you want to be everybody else but me. Ain't that crazy?
Yep.
You want to be everybody else but the Christ in you, the Christ nature that God created in you. It's crazy.
Right.
It's these things are true, but I used to tell the homeboys, I used to talk to homies when I was young, I used to give game or whatever. You know, homeboys like, man, what you da. You know, we give game. You know, dude, we're gonna talk to the girl or something. I say, listen, say this and this and this, but stick to the script. Now the problem with this was they can stick to the script, but sometimes they didn't have the staying power to hold on to the show. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't finish the movie. You get what I'm saying? Like they didn't. After that conversation, after I didn't say what I didn't say, and you didn't repeat what I said. Right. Now you don't have no more staying power to have any more conversation.
You run through the lines.
You ran through the lines and you ran out.
Right.
Now it's over with.
You ain't got no steam.
Now you got to come back and get some more.
I got to get some more sauce.
And so we would tell them, man, listen, just stick to the script. Don't get up there and start improv and start saying all this stuff.
Right.
That you just look. The script is proven. Just stick to the script, right? And I believe this is how we are with the script that God has laid out for us. He says, watch this, and we'll find the scripture. Maybe I always say I'm gonna post on the screen. I never do it. I post on the screen, but he says, I know the thoughts that I think towards you, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. Yeah. What's the expected fresh? You know, if it's an expected end, then I mean I've already written out how this thing is gonna go, and it's gonna work in your favor. But I need you to get in the lane. Remember, the last part we were talking about was sin, was unalignment.
Yep.
Missing the mark, right?
Yep.
You're missing. This is good, because you have in acting, right? Plays, acting, whatever kind of is. You have even on television and stuff. When we're doing, you have marks and cues.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
You'll have a cue when they say cue you. You can't miss your cue.
Right.
You can't miss your mark. And then there's a mark. Sometimes they have. We've done it before too. You have a spot marked on the floor where you don't leave out this box.
Right.
Because this is your sweet shot.
Yep.
This is the shot that's going to have you perfectly aligned, perfectly in focus. But if you get out of this spot, then you're going to have a bad shot. You might not have a full shot. You're thrown off because you're unaligned.
And you can't hit that spot too early or too late.
That's what I'm saying. It's got to be, the timing is impeccable, right? And if it's the marks and the cues.
Right.
And so an expected end. I already got an expected end for you. And so, if sin is unalignment, if sin is missing the mark, then at some point, I'm deviating from the script. The script has already said it is finished.
Right.
Right. He wasn't lying when he said it's finished. So if it is finished, then what does the finish? All right, this is cool. We always see we say the phrase "finished work."
and we think about it as something. But what does the finished? What do I look like as a finished work? A work of art, right? When it's a finished work.
You know, finished work. What that word is actually used.
Go.
PROs.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
PROs. If y'all don't know what PROs, performance rights organizations for music, ASCAP, BMI, all that, that's where you collect your royalties. Yeah, that's what's in the checks.
Finished work.
But they say a finished work. They ask you to when you turn it in. That's cool. When you turn in your work, your music, they ask for a finished work. Now, why do they say that? Because there's several versions of it that's not finished.
Right.
There's a version that's a rough copy. Right now, we're
Right.
going through some mixes right now
Right.
and getting things mixed. And there's like copies and revisions and things. But then you register your finished work. Your finished work is also called your master. Ain't that something? But it's the finished work.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's finished.
Yeah.
The finished work. But we never see, watch this, we never see ourselves as the finished work.
Right.
We never see ourselves as the master copy. Ain't that crazy? Your master is where your value is. There's when we have a finished work of art, right? A work of art. Now, when it's finished, you know what I'm saying? It's finished. It's made to look and be exactly like it's supposed to be. It's ready. It's presentable. It is actually what it is.
Right.
That's the finished work.
Right.
And so we don't stick to the script long enough to be finished.
Right.
To realize the image and the likeness that we're made in. You get it? So you know, I can admire anyone that really puts a lot of hard, dedicated, focused work into mastering something. There's an admiration there, you know what I'm saying, that is just, you can admire it. And a lot of times, some of our favorite actors and actresses, we admire them. I mean, we can name them over and over again because they're able to sell the character to you, even though you know it's a story.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even though you know that it's a story,
Right.
it may be fiction, it may be a depiction of something that's, you know, a real historic thing. But like, even so, you know that they're not that person, but they sell it to you.
Right.
They make you believe it because they commit to the role.
Yep.
And a lot of times, I have a couple actor friends. If I said their names, you'll know them. But I would hear them talk, and a lot of times, they commit so much to the role that they almost forget who they are. Watch me, watch what I'm saying. And you can commit so much that you almost have to put yourself in there. Now, these are people with families, you know what I'm saying, with marriages. These are people with, you know, extended family and relatives. They have life issues they have to go through. But when they have to really stick that role, right, and exemplify that character to the best of their ability, they have to submerge themselves into that script.
Yep.
Submerge themselves into reading those lines.
Right.
Submerge themselves into not just the written script of it, but how am I supposed to be feeling?
Dang, that's crazy. Because I seen, I forgot what I was reading, but it was this actor. You know, when you get the scripts, you read them. You don't know necessarily how the character
Right.
is per se,
Right.
until you start reading the script.
Right. That's how they pick the role they want to. Right.
Pick the roles. So he's reading the script. He says, as he's reading the script, the character comes out of him, because you only see the words. You don't see the actual character. But when you read in the script, you take it on. So now the character comes out of you.
When you read the script, you take it on, and now the character comes out of you. That's powerful. That's powerful. And it takes that level of commitment.
Right.
In order, all right, that as opposed to, we've seen some actors that we like,
I don't believe you at all.
I don't believe you. I name a couple. You know, I got one guy right now. I'm like,
do not believe you at all,
he one of
bro.
the most famous black actors out there, and I
It's
just
like,
don't
never.
I just never believe him.
Nope.
Like, I can tolerate him on certain movies, but I just don't
Yeah,
believe
I just
him.
don't believe him at all.
You know, and there's several other ones like that. You see, he's like, I don't believe it. And this the separation between the greats
Right.
and the ones that's not so great.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They can make it, but they're not so great, right?
Right.
Because you can tell the level of commitment, or maybe it was the level of mentness. They're meant to do it. Some of these people may not be meant to do it, but that's another conversation.
Right.
but the character comes out of them. Now here's a I respect that so much because I can respect the commitment to it so much because it's almost the epitome of if any man come after me, let him deny himself.
Yeah.
At some point, at those points, they have to deny who they're, every day in the public, at home life is
Right.
to become that character.
Right.
It's a lose your life to find it. You're losing your life to find
Exactly.
that character. Now we know it's so much symbolism, but we know that these are fiction movies
Right,
and
right,
everything like that. So I don't know if it's worth it or not. I don't know if it's worth it to do it or not. I mean, they know they get paid big bucks, for we got the whole conversation about Hollywood and how it is and all that. And I don't know. Even we've had situations where some people took on the roles, and Heath Ledger did that. Took on the role and it got too deep and got lost in there. There's several of them that got lost in different roles. I remember, and not even so much he got lost, but I remember Jamie Foxx was saying they glued his eyes shut so he can play that role with Ray. You know what I'm saying? And he killed that role.
Right.
But it's like there's so much, and then a lot of them explain it after doing this for months and committing this for months and maybe years at a time, that coming out of that and getting back to the norm is very hard because
Yeah.
you've been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And this is we have different things that happen like that. You can be, you know what I'm saying, in a certain way, a certain conversation for so long, doing things a certain way for so long, and when it's got to change, it gets weird.
Right.
And now you got to realize, okay, that was just that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you can take on these roles that'll take your life too far, and now you can't come back.
Yep.
All right, now watch what I'm about to say. You commit to the script, and the character comes out of you. All right, I love that line because it makes me think about committing to the scriptures, and the character comes out of you.
Right.
See, sometimes we're trying to commit to what the scriptures are saying, and not committing to who they are.
Yep. Right.
Sometimes we're committing to the action that it says to do, but not. I'm rhyming. Action that it says to do, but not what it's telling you who. You get it? I did a clip, and the clip kind of went a little slight viral a little bit, but it says dogs bark and bees buzz. They're being who they are. You get it? Instinctually.
Yep.
And if we commit to the scriptures telling us who we really are, that's all Jesus was trying to do. This is a whole conversation.
Yeah.
If we commit to the scriptures telling us who we really are, then what the scriptures say should be done would come from that.
Right.
The word
Right.
made flesh dwelt among us.
Yep.
But here's the key. You're going to, the character that's coming out of you is going to be from the script that you commit to.
So what script?
What's the question? What you asked again?
What script?
What script have you, one, been reading, one, been consuming, right? And what script have you been believing?
Right.
Because that's the character. A lot of our identity crisis, identity issues, is because we committed to a script.
Yep.
We committed to a script, and then that character started coming out of us, right? Whether we was, I'm very intentional about my child right now. Her subconscious is very open, and when there's babies, they're taking everything in like a sponge, and it's building the foundation for their character. So I'm very, very intentional about who's talking, who's holding them, what they're watching, what she's watching, all this. I'm very, very intentional about it because I realize that the script is being written.
Yep.
It's almost like the what they call it, the script for the programs. Like when the code. Right? It's like the Java. Remember JavaScript? HTML. Like it's they call it the script. Like the script. It's the script that's been written. Right? That gives the commands of what's supposed to be put outward. How is it supposed to function?
Right.
You get it? This is powerful because this is why you must be born again is so important. Because you must be born again says go back to the beginning script.
Right.
Go back and let me write your script from the beginning. And there's something, ain't it? And I could keep going on that, but committing to the script. Now, what I feel like is you using it. What you about to say? I don't even go ahead because I'm about to jump in these actors.
I just thought when I think Jesus and Cornerstone and the base, I think the base code. This is the base code. Everything else comes from the base code.
That's the base code.
Yeah, it's the base code.
Coming to me
Yeah.
All you that labor heavily, and I give you rest.
Right.
Take my yoke and learn of me, for I'm meek and lowly, you'll find rest for your soul.
Right.
He's the works that I do shall you do also. He that believeth in me, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. These are the conversations that Jesus is saying to us, right? With men is impossible, not with God, for with God,
Right.
all things are possible. He's trying to tell you in your original script.
Right.
And Jesus, you ready for Jesus? Jesus represents the original script of when God breathed into man and man became a living soul. He represents that living script. You ready? Finished. The maturity of it. In other words, the temptation came, the offers came, the wilderness came, the fruit came, all that stuff like that. And I didn't take it because I knew who I was.
Yep.
I know who I am because I wrote this down on my phone that Jesus, and y'all can catch this, and maybe we do a whole nother pod on this, but when Jesus was speaking, he wasn't speaking principles, he was speaking experience.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He wasn't talking, this is why he said I didn't come to do away with your law or your prophets, I came to fulfill it. The law was trying to tell you what to do. It really wasn't. If people really read it right, it really was telling you who you really are. But sometimes people don't read it wrong because they're always reading it in worse conscious.
Right.
But in the way people observe it, the law was telling you something to do, or telling you what you do or what you can't do, right? And the prophets always were telling you what was coming, or what thus said the Lord, or different things of that nature. Jesus says, I'm putting all of that into one, what to do, and what he's saying into one being, the Word in the flesh. That's crazy, ain't it?
Right.
And then he's saying, this is who you are. This is what you look like. It is not just me as you.
Right.
This is what you look like. You and me, and I'm in the Father in me, you and me, and I'm in you. He's saying you look just like this, right? It is almost, EJ, like we talk about the actors committing to the role, right? It is almost like a reverse of what they do. And I'll say the reverse of what they do. It's the same action, but it's reverse. Like it's a backwards action. So where they are, Denzel Washington is Denzel Washington. That's his real government name, right? Like Denzel Washington is who he is, right? Denzel Washington has a wife. Denzel Washington has children. He has a life that he lives that you don't even see on the screen. You've never, a lot of y'all ain't never met Denzel,
Right.
whatever. Like Denzel Washington is an actual living person out here living life,
Right.
right? When he plays Frank Lucas, right? And we know, with American Gangster, huh?
Yep.
Or another role. What's another role he played?
On Training Day.
On Training Day. I ain't gonna do it because I can't say it. King Kong ain't got. Okay, when you got Denzel or when you got him playing all these different roles, right? Those are not who he is. So when he finishes those roles, he has to revert back to who his real self is,
Right.
and live life as Denzel. Right?
It's like decompression.
Oh yeah, decompress. There's another word. When they use them, it's decompression. But I know the word you're talking about because they do it when they bring somebody back from a mission.
Yeah.
It's not decompression. It's bruh, I know the word, dog. Not decompression, but it's I know the word. It's gonna come to me.
Yeah.
But it's when they debrief them.
Yeah.
Debriefing. Okay, yeah, that's it. They debrief,
Yep,
right?
Yep.
Right. And it's like if you've been briefed, you need to be debriefed, right? And that's a conversation, right? But it's almost like a reverse because watch this. We've gotten here, and we were giving these roles by society, by our family, by the DNA, by our upbringing, by our experiences when we were younger, by all these different things. We were giving these roles, right? And we have a tendency to think that those are who we are. You get it? And this is why I say it's reverse, because as Denzel or any other actor or actress searches the script and studies the script and becomes the script to be that character, that ain't who they really are.
Right.
That's not their real personality. They don't vote under their name, none of that, right? For us, it's a reverse. It's almost like reverse Hollywood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we're playing this script and living these lives. I was so aggravated. I told the kids, I said, oh my God, I got aggravated with several things during the day, and I was like, what in the world are we doing? Who cares about any of this? It was just little stuff that, and y'all probably gonna test if y'all watching this. Sometimes it's just little stuff that just don't matter about nothing.
Right.
And it's like, why is this thing consuming me?
Right.
Why does what they think about me consume me so much? Who cares? I'm not even around these people. They're not even paying nothing for me.
Right.
Why am I little stuff? I understand when Jesus meant in Matthew 6:33, but he said, "Take no thought what you're gonna eat, what you're gonna drink." Because oh my God, this society and life begins to try to consume you, and then to have you living a certain character, and make you think it's being responsible.
Right.
But you're only responding to their jacked up system that they put in place already. You see it? So it's almost like we are searching the script, church, and learning the script to see who we really are, and we're reverting back to our true nature in God. Right now, we're they will say a lot of times people say when you're dating and you first go on the first couple of dates, they say you just talk to the representative.
Right.
Like you're not really talking to the real person.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? You just talk to the one that they put on. That's why shout out to Found Dating, shout out to Raj, and we're gonna do the book Found Dating, because one of the things about Found Dating was that you spend a little time having conversations other than in person.
Yep.
Maybe through email, maybe not even by voice, because voices can get you too.
Right.
You ever heard a girl sound cute? You know what I'm saying? Or a dude sound right? Like it's just like, you know what I'm saying? So, it's sometimes just emailing.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. Not even just text, because text interpretation is crazy. Well thought, written out letters, right?
Yep.
Because sometimes that gives you the clarity to not just be the representative, but to show up as yourself.
Right.
You get it? And so we're out here in the world a lot of times playing or assuming a role that was given to us. Where we're from, you know what I'm saying? How we were brought up,
Yep.
the experiences that we had. A lot of times there's a lot of people in different, even religious sections or different ways or frames of life that they believe that's who they are.
Right.
But they really have no idea. So it's search the script. For in them you think you have eternal what? Life. And they was testify of me, because Jesus says, I am eternal life. But you won't come to me. So It doesn't mean you don't search the script. But the script takes you all the way to your true identity.
Can't stop that.
You can't stop that.
Can't stop that.
So for us, and what we do with Red and 30, and I do this. I make it a personal thing for my life. Not just, it's not an event. This whole thing started from just me making it personal with me, and I just allowed people to get in on it with me. Right. But it's always been that way for me. That even I don't even, I'll be texting y'all sometimes, because I'm not even thinking of trying to prepare for a pod. I'm talking about something that was already going on in my head. I randomly text y'all about that today. Then the audio note was like, yo, if it's like the whole thing, you know what I'm saying? Like my mind is just there. And a lot of times my mind is there, but sometimes I share.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But it's I search the script, and it's changed me so much. It's made me such a better person. It's eliminated so many habits that I've had, so many things that I was trying to break on my own, that I was trying to go through the motions, trying to go through the characteristics of what it's supposed to be. Right. But then when I realized the script, and the script told me who I really was, and I'm telling you, EJ, when I found out who I really, really was and who I really am, all of the other actions, all of the other actors that I was fell off. It's almost like, remember the demon say, we are legion because we are many? It's like you playing a bunch of different roles, man. Search the script. One thing is lacking.
Right.
One thing is needful.
Yep.
The one thing is lacking, one thing is needful, is the true version of you. Right? And then Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the I'm showing you your true role, who you really are. Right? You've been playing enough. Right. You've been lifting your hands and you've been praying and playing, right? And you've been going through the motions to try to find the motion. And I get it, right? But when I get down into those words with Jesus, he begins to solidify me in the truth of who I was sent to be, right? And then my confidence, right? My confidence and my clarity and my certainty is in that position. You get it? And so it is the reason. It's not studying to it's not studying to be deep, or it's not studying because it's ritual. It's not that.
Right.
It's I'm actually realizing that it's telling me who I am.
Right.
And when I commit to the script, then my words begin to change.
Yep.
My tone.
Yep.
And I'm not just talking about my tone of voice, but my tone of life,
Right.
the tone that I present begins to change, right? And everything begins to work the way that God created it to work. A lot of conversation. I know we went over 30, but we're gonna go 30, read in 30, or whatever it is, right? But read in 30 something. They're gonna be 30 something minutes, right? But a lot of our hang-ups, you know what I'm saying, and things that are trying to hold on to us. Even a lot of the lies that have been told to us about who we are, right? They are only there because we have not searched the script in the proper way. I realized that I made this statement the other day, bro. This is a crazy statement, and it was like, we wouldn't have to tell people about Jesus so much as we were being him. He never said go preach the gospel of Jesus Christ. He said, and I've said this on the pod before. He said preach the good news. What's the good news? The good news is, while you out here trying to find yourself,
Right.
there's a character that you really are that God has already planned and written out, and it's working for good and not of evil,
Yep.
for peace, for good and not of evil, to give you an expected end.
Yep.
It's already set up for you.
Yep.
The only reason we get into this place where it's unexpected, or we get to something that's stressful or depressing or anxiety, whatever, is because we're playing another role and trying to carry that role. Come unto me, all that labor and heavy laden, I give you rest. Take my yoke upon me and learn of me. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me. What he's saying? Take my yoke upon you and learn of me. If I'm meek and lowly, you'll find rest for your soul. For my yoke is easy, my burden. He's saying it over and over.
Right.
This is a masterpiece, EJ.
Right.
This is a masterpiece pod. He's saying it over and over and over again to make it easy for you, right? But we are assuming all these other roles, and this is where we get all the anxiousness and the pressure and the depression and the worry and the misidentity and the false identity, and we think we're this when we're not that, and we think we love that when we're not that, and we got all these desires because we've got them from another script.
Right.
There's scripts everywhere.
Right.
Everybody got a script.
Yep.
There's political scripts. There's different religious scripts. There's different educational scripts. There's different scripts, musical scripts. Like they got all kind of music coming at you.
Scripts.
People got all kind of different ideas. No. Even with all those fiery darts, that's the fiery darts. Even all those fiery darts flying, right? If you search the script, and I'm about to say search the script and stick to the script. Jesus the Christ is the script. He's showing you who you are.
Right.
And then when you see who you are, once again, there's some things for me that I was working so hard to do something about. And when I saw the light, the darkness eradicated.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And I want to read this. Can I read this again?
Yeah.
We have to stick to the script and stop improving to improve, because improv is you're not relying on any pre-written dialogue, although he's written it out, and it's the best version of you already, right? It's unscripted performance, like it's already finished, but you want to go off the script. And that's why you're not getting the results. Watch this. Listen to me. Listen to me. The improvisers create scenes based on loose scenarios. So it's just like you don't know. You'll never know what it's gonna be. You don't ever know what's gonna happen. Right? You never know. And watch this. Everything from what the performers say to the faces they make to how they move their bodies is entirely made up on the spot. Doesn't sound like faith to me.
No.
It doesn't sound like, and see, once again, let's get into another conversation, because I know they get into this predestination stuff and say, well, do I have a choice or do I not have a choice? Yeah, you have a choice to not have a choice. You have a choice to be chosen. This is what that means, EJ. Golly, you ready? That's good.
Right.
It's not about predestination. Many are called, but few are chosen. You have to choose to be chosen. You've said it on another pod before.
Yep.
This is the choice that you have. And if you choose to be chosen, the chosen life is 100-fold of what this life is.
Yep.
That's what he's trying to tell you.
Yep.
He's been trying to tell us this over and over again, but we've got to search. When we're doing this, y'all, we're searching the script, right? For in them you think you have eternal life, right? And they, and I used to say, but they will testify of me. But there's one problem. You won't come all the way to me.
Right.
I need you to commit, just like the actors commit to that script and submerge themselves in it and become that person for whatever time they got to shoot that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Our life is being shot right now. The video is going on right now as y'all watching this.
Right.
As time is ticking, as you awake or you sleep, the play in the movie is going on. and you need to commit to the role of who you really are, right? You commit to the role and the character of who you really are, then you produce what you really should, and everybody gets blessed in the process.
Right.
It's Red and 30, guys.
Come on, man.
We'll leave out a little bit more music. I'll play the same thing if you let me.
Stick to the script.
Stick to the script. Stick to the script.
That's what you were saying?
What you were saying?
I see you looking at me.
Say what you were saying.
How could it be?
Ooh.
It's so important to see. We about to make
Y'all make sure y'all sign up. If you haven't already signed up for the Patreon, some of the Patreon people gonna probably have this before. So if y'all already are there, I appreciate you. Thank you for kicking it with us. We're making more and more content. The content with content is something that's really in it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What it is. I love you, let me. Yeah. Yeah. Bounce.
So you wanna be what you see. Ooh, ooh. Giving all your time up for free. Ooh, ooh. Know you wanna be over me. I love you out of town, I won't leave. Oh, I can make you fine, clear your mind. I will do the time, the whole night. If you sign that line, you be mine. If you let me, love you out the blind.
Yeah. What it is. Sing the song. Hey, bro, Shanice loves this song, bro. It don't matter when I put it on, when it come on, she get the kicking and jumping, bro. I was like, okay, I got something there. She loves it, bro. Been loving it. Little bitty baby. She be in the back of the car seat, like, kicking her feet, bro. So funny, bro. Catch the vibe.
I put it down on my phone, but better when written in stone, yeah. I'm reinventing the tone.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. If you let me. Yeah.